Thank you for joining us once again.
Welcome back.
Leftovers TV. Don't forget to follow us Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify,
Apple,
Google, and Amazon.
I'm Karina.
I'm Ruben.
And welcome back, guys. I know we took a little bit of a break, involuntarily. We last left off on our Philly trip. We had a great weekend, our little getaway weekend.
In Philly.
Yeah, we did. The boys did their ride out. I went with my daughter to the Philadelphia Museum of Art.
We visited the stairs that Rocky.
I saw Rocky. I did the stairs, the Eye of the Tiger, all of that.
Hence the Philly Cheese Steak Sandwich saga.
Today is going to be about Philly cheesesteak because on our Philly trip, thanks to Jackie, we visited the Reading Terminal Market in Philly.
What was the spot that we went to for that Philly cheesesteak sandwich? What was the name of it again?
I can tell you right now. I have the...
Please do. This spot was actually very on point. We were originally going to go to this spot, the two rival spots, Gino's and Nick's, I think it is. Gino's and Nick's is these two spots in Philadelphia, right across the street from each other, rival Philly cheesesteak spots. And then a friend of hers told her to go to this kind of like a food market type spot, like almost like a Armature Works in Tampa. It's like a big...
I got the feel of like Seaport, back in the day Seaport.
Yeah, that is true.
But indoors. Carmen's, I knew it. I was going to say Carmen's. Carmen's Cheesesteaks Hoagies? Is that an
Hoagies. Because in Philly they call them hoagies. They don't call them sandwiches. That's right. They call them hoagies. That's true.
Them joints.
Them joints.
So luckily my friend Jackie was like, you gotta hit up the Reading Terminal Market, which...
Thankfully we did, though.
Yeah.
That spot was on point.
We have to go back because we got there like 5:45, 5:30, and they closed at 6. And the line alone for Carmen's, they should stay open late.
Ain't no place like New York, though.
That line was, we almost didn't make it to getting these.
The lady literally had to cut the line off and be like, that's it, we ain't serving none of y'all after this line right here. And people were pissed.
Yeah.
The donut spot did that too.
Oh, the donut spot. Too bad. You know what? I forgot to get the name of it. But there's this donut spot that I was just raving about them. They also had, you can always tell what the good spots are because of the long lines. And that donut spot, the line was wrapped around.
I think that line was the worst out of every. Yeah. So mind you, this is like a building, like maybe, it was one floor. It's like basically a cafeteria of different restaurants.
You know what? The Levittown Tri-County. Think of that. For those of you who know, right?
Yeah, like almost like the food court.
Yes,
it's like a food court at the Roosevelt Field Mall, the Broadway Mall, but a lot bigger, like the Tri-County Flea Market, basically.
Yes, but just food stuff.
The donut spot, that thing was like, I couldn't believe how long that line was.
Yeah, so it wasn't even a thought because again, since we already gotten there so late, we were like, all right, let's just look to what we need.
We just wanted to get this Philly cheesesteak before we came back to New York. So
I went with my daughter to check out the donuts while I left the boys online for the cheesesteaks, thinking, oh, you know what? They're about to close. They already started announcing. So I'm like, maybe the line is shorter, which it was. There must have been 2 or 3 people ahead of us. And we waited just a little bit. There was one more lady behind us. We get there and they were like, she's my last customer. And then the lady behind us was like, did she just cut us off? And I was like, I let her know. I was like, there's only 2 more of us. This is my last customer. The market is closed. I was like, really? Like, you rather lose money than...
When it's time to go home, they don't play.
I don't blame them, but still, 2. You know what I mean? I could understand if you had a whole other line... But it's
true what I think Javen or Zayla said. They said they probably had just cut off like 30 people, and then now 2 people hop on, and they're not, like, you know what I'm saying? So.
But they saw us waiting there for a couple of minutes. So like, why did you even let us wait?
Oh, they wanted to make a scene. That's why I would have done the same thing. I'd be like, all right, we're gonna wait now for like wait till like 20 people surround them, and then we're gonna make a scene.
Little did they know I was gonna put them on blast.
Google reviews, baby.
But those donuts did look amazing. Oh my God. I already had it planned out too. We wanted the peanut butter and jelly. We wanted the apple crumble. We wanted the
it was Krispy Kreme.
Banana one.
Krispy Kreme on steroids is what it was.
It was just we gotta go back.
Yeah.
So sure. So
we are gonna, that's for sure, because that ride out that we did was fun. We're gonna do a night there, either the night before, the night after. Next time I'm gonna plan it way ahead of time because the hotels were ridiculous around that spot.
Yeah, and the drive wasn't even so bad. I didn't mind it.
It wasn't bad.
For like a little day
drove
trip.
there, came back same day. What was it? 3 hours, right? 3 hours there, 3 hours back, and boom. We had fun though. We had a lot of fun.
I had such a great time.
Yeah, it was good.
It was a really nice time. We had beautiful weather. It was like perfect weather.
It was beautiful.
It was good.
Yeah.
We got to go back.
For sure.
So it was all of our first time eating a real and authentic Philly cheesesteak sandwich.
Philly cheesesteak hoagie.
It was
That's what they call
delicious.
it in Pennsylvania. It's a hoagie.
At first, like I said, the line was crazy. So at first we're like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm going to order mine with this. I'm going to order mine with that. But then when we realized how lucky we were to even just get our orders in. When the lady was
like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to feed all you guys.
Right.
We were just like, we're going to cut
4 originals. Thank you.
4 originals. Yeah. And that's it.
Oh, they even stopped. She's like, no more halves, just full size. We're like, all right, 4 originals.
Which was cool though, because I wanted to have an original because I'm not a fan of Cheese Whiz, which that's Cheese Whiz is what's on it. And it's just the steak, onions,
that's surprising.
And Cheese Whiz.
I would think you would like Cheese Whiz.
It's too plain for me. I like spicy cheese, which is why I like the one that I did today. I liked it. It was good. You know what I mean? Only we're going to dress it up a little more next time with some red peppers, green peppers, pickles, banana peppers, jalapenos. Gonna get busy.
Yes.
It's gonna be a New York cheesesteak.
A Reuben special.
What? Did she just come up with an invention just now?
Well, there's a Reuben sandwich already.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the Reuben cheesesteak sandwich.
Without the E, because Reuben sandwich is REU.
And we're gonna put that in red letters without the extra E. I hate that.
Which, by the way, my husband does happen to make the best sandwiches. That's why the kids are always like, "Can you make me a sandwich?" Whether it's a breakfast sandwich, a dinner sandwich, something sandwich.
Yeah.
He needs a little sandwich shop.
Yeah. My father always wanted to open up a sandwich shop. Maybe I could live that legacy. Open up the sandwich shop. Call it the Reuben Sandwich Shop. What? Yo! It's over. It's a wrap.
Silly baby.
Nah, you thought of it. It's a great idea, I think. Perfect. I can't wait to dig into this, by the way. Talk more so I can bite this.
Okay, so back to why we've been out for a week. So after a great weekend... What?
Yeah, talk about it.
Okay. My little stunt man earned his first notch in his belt. And...
Not me. I'm the big stunt man.
My son. Actually, we ended up coming back earlier from Philly also because there was a Harlem Rideout. You'll learn more in the boys' bike podcast. Coming soon. Stay tuned. Tune in.
OG Reuben hashtag.
And so they wanted to ride out on Sunday also.
Yeah, Rucker Park to the Bronx, Manhattan. We were supposed to cut through Times Square, Brooklyn, and all that, but we had to cut it short because of some
previous engagements.
Exactly.
So, great weekend. No complaints. We were all on cloud 9. Monday came, we're back to normal, back to our routine. And, my son comes home from school and sometimes he likes to... No, thank you, baby.
Are you sure?
He likes to go out riding with his friends. And on a Monday, typically I'm always like, you know what? It's after a weekend. Like, nah, just relax at home, do some schoolwork. But I was like, you know what? Go ahead. I knew he was really excited to go tell his friends about the rideouts from the weekend and whatever.
There was some people there. It was D-Blocks. It was Baby D-Blocks.
Little Man,
the owner of SE.
Toddy.
Yeah, it was It was
all of them. It was deep.
Good.
It was
we
really
were like,
good.
At one point in Philly,
what's that guy's name? Steezy?
Oh, Steezy from Miami, Steezy Films shop. I couldn't believe it that at one point when we were going down a hill, like the hill was going up above, like it had to be like 1.5 miles up, and it was just, it must have been like 300 riders in front of us, 300 riders behind us, and we were like, wow.
Yeah.
Philly definitely.
I want to add, because on my social media, obviously I'm always posting my kids or whatever, and people are quick to judge. People are quick to assume. I have to state that these rideouts are escorted by cops. So I know people may see some of my videos. These.
Yeah, not all of them are.
So don't think that I'm allowing my son being some little reckless rider out in the streets like that. No, this is all organized.
I go to the unorganized ones.
So yeah, anyway, so Monday, leaving work to come home, I get a phone call that my little guy fell off his bike, and needless to say, we ended up spending the night at the hospital. So again, first notch in his belt, broke his arm. Thankfully, it was a clean
Snapped
break.
his forearm in half, both bones.
The ulna and the radius.
I got the first call. I was on a call at work though, and then all of a sudden I get off the call and I get the call on iPhones. You can like do an automatic text reply, call you right back. So I did that. I didn't think nothing of it because normally he leaves, he comes home, hops on his bike, goes with his friends, and always, almost like clockwork, 30 seconds, a minute later, calls me up. Ruben, riding, this, that, the third, making a left, going over here, this, that. So like I genuinely didn't think nothing of it because 85% of the time he leaves and he calls me within a minute or two about something, anything, whether he's left here, there, or there's 20 kids on bikes, I should come out, or come, let's ride, always. So I didn't think nothing of it. I got to call you right back. I'm on the phone at work. So I'm on the phone at work like maybe another 5 minutes. Get off the phone. Basically, I did kind of forget that he called me, but it's just because it's almost like always he calls me once he leaves here. I was about to call you because you were just like getting off, and then you call me. She's like, babe, Javen fell off his bike, bang, bang. And I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking he fell off his bike. What's the big deal? He should be able to ride home. But I'm thinking, all right, you know what? He probably hurt himself. I didn't think broken arm. So she tells me the address. I go to that address, and it's a preschool. Not too
Thankfully,
far.
it was a
in front of a preschool,
day school that he fell.
So I'm pulling down the block, and I have like 10 ladies like waving me down. Pull up to the front of the preschool. They're like, "Oh yeah, he hurt himself." So I get out. I'm calm. Get out. I'm like, "Oh yeah," and I see Javen's friend Braden. He's like, "Oh yeah, he fell." Nobody's still telling me that he has a broken arm, and I walk into the place, and then I see Javen sitting on the stairs, and he's just like in pain, holding his arm. But the way his arm is bent, I'm thinking, this is the first time I've ever seen a broken bone in person. So I'm like, damn, that shit looks broken. So all of a sudden, one of the ladies pulls me over. She's like, I think he broke his arm, and I'm just like, I'm like thinking, I'm not gonna say that out loud. I don't want him to freak out because at the time I didn't think he knew what was going on, you know. So I'm like, all right, yeah. So I'm trying to keep calm, cool. All right, no problem, yeah. Doctor, ER. Oh yeah, ER down this way. Cool. We hop in the car. I'm trying to be easy because it's bumpy. Like on the South Shore, when you're by the water, the roads suck because the water, the salt water in the air, all this, it messes the roads up. And then now you throw the winter with the snow plows and this and that, and the roads are just horrible. Driving easy, and he's in pain, I could tell. So I open the window, breathe fresh air, don't think about it, put the music on, just don't worry. I know I'm going to take a little bit, but I don't want to hit the bump. Even though I was hitting the bumps at like 20 miles an hour, he's still, every time, We pull up to the ER. Mommy's there. She's sitting there directing traffic, stopping like a crossing guard. Whistle.
No, I wasn't. Anyway, so yeah, I knew the moment because when I got his incoming call and I answered, it was not him. It was one of the ladies from the school. So immediately I knew something was up. But yeah, so thankfully, originally there was a possibility of him going for surgery, but it was a clean break, so they were able to just align the bones, cast him up, and he was good. Thankfully. And he's doing great. Yeah, thankfully. So he's doing great. Like I said, his first notch, you know.
Now he has a war
champs
story.
are not made easy.
Just like I told him when I went back, I left, and I came back to bring clothes and stuff before I came back to get food. I told him, I'm like, now you got a war story. And we just got back from one of these famous SE bike riders, little kid, like must be 7, 8 years old.
Yeah, they're riding in their boots and their casts,
he's riding
everything.
In a cast, half his leg in a cast, and this kid's popping wheelies,
Wheeling,
doing tricks,
all that.
And we were surprised at that point.
Yeah.
We're like, wow, look at this kid, like he's dedicated.
And they're little,
tiny. And you know what? Now we were like, now you got a war story to tell. You know, he was trying to surf the bike, which he did successfully. He just took a fall. Me personally, it looks cool. Like when we were in the Bronx. And it was like fucking hundreds of us, and then you see that one dude just stand up in the crowd of hundreds of bikes, and he just surfing. You're like, what? Like props. So I understand. Me, I seen one dude my age fall trying that. Nah, I'm good. This dude fell hard.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about, got tangled up in the spokes, in the tires, and the pedals. And
he hit
like,
the rider that was next to him, right? His
yeah,
head.
I was like,
we're talking about the same old man that.
Nope, thank you.
Which was so funny because I saw his social media and the people, his friends were commenting like, bro, maybe now you'll get the hint. Like, you're an old man. You shouldn't be doing, but you know what? Like,
save that for the young bucks. Save that for the young bucks. I would, I would try it if I put on like full-blown motorcycle gear. I'm talking about leathers with pads and a leather jacket with a full face helmet. Then maybe I'll try it in an empty fucking street, like no cars just close off the block, and I'll try it. Even
says the man that used to wheelie motorcycles and everything. I'm gonna look up that picture of you wheeling that motorcycle.
Ocean State Parkway, $175. Tucked down. Scary. That was stupid though.
Which also my father was a big stuntman on motorcycles.
Boo. That was his name, Big Boo, back in the day.
His name. My dad got busy back in the day when he was young. He was also a little stuntman on motorcycles.
When you see him now, you never guess. You never guess. But he got busy.
Yeah.
He got busy.
So that was our week.
Yeah.
Which is why
it was great though. It was definitely something for the books. Like I wouldn't trade that weekend and Monday for anything because it was just like. I mean, maybe Jay would trade the Monday.
I'm sure
he would probably trade the Monday, but yeah. But the weekend,
and this is dominant
but
hand,
the weekend,
so I'm sure he's always like, I wish it was my left.
But the weekend, no,
it was great. That's why we're dying to go back. Philly.
Well, they're actually.
I give it up to you guys. It was
they
dope.
were just in Huntington Beach in California, which I would have loved to hit that up.
Are they doing Miami soon?
They're gonna be doing Miami, which is a must. I think they're gonna do Texas. But Texas isn't that hot. Right now, the hot spots for the rideouts are Florida, New York, and Cali. Florida, we're definitely going to hit up. I didn't know about the Huntington Beach one. Had I known about it, I probably would have been like, let's roll. But the problem is now taking the bikes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, you got to... That's another thing. Like, me and Javi, we were there. We didn't know nobody. I mean, people showed love regardless.
Yeah,
people showed love.
They
people
really
were like,
did.
Yeah, like we didn't know nobody, but people were just showing us love.
Yeah,
like cool.
Especially also all the other moms. They were so.
Oh yeah,
cool.
there were a lot of mom cheerleaders there. That's for sure. A lot of mom, and there were some mom riders too.
Yes,
there was some mom riders, but I was surprised. That's why I was like, but if we knew people, maybe like we go to Huntington Beach, Cali. We'd probably be able to fly down there and, like, when Steezy came up from Miami, what did he do? He flew up from West Palm Beach, flew into Philly, and one of his boys up here just had a bike for him to ride. So that's when, you have that connect. But with the little bit of time that we spent and, like, the cool, like, the connects that we kind of made, You know, I could see that happening very, very soon.
It almost makes me want to ride out with you guys.
Oh no! She's gonna get the she's gonna get the pink SoCal flyers. What she's gonna get? She needs something smaller, but the SoCal I think is gonna be good for her.
Yeah.
Zayla too, I think she'll be good with it. She's probably gonna want the blue one though.
Yeah.
So that's definitely gonna be the thing because I'm addicted. I mean, I'll be sitting at work and all I do is just put up videos on YouTube of all these kids, One Way Corey in Philly. They're just doing wheelies, like just kids doing wheelies, and I'm like, damn. And I'm just like, it's weird how you know.
Well, everyone has their favorite hobbies, you know. And to Javen, he's also said, you know, riding his bike is therapeutic for him.
It is.
You know?
It is. That's why when he was,
I know it was for me. That's why I used to love going to ride my bike on the boardwalk in Long Beach.
Yeah.
You know, that was my biggest thing. Listen, love riding.
Technically, skateboarding is my actual number one. Yeah. Skateboarding is my number one, but
not at 50.
Nah. At 50 years old. At 50 years old, I'll end up like him in a cast like this, like so.
Ruben's not 50, by the way.
Nah, close to it. Close to it.
Nah, baby.
But bikes is my number two. That's always been my thing. Skateboarding,
I love
and
bikes.
that's why when I was little, like I always told you, like I wanted my parents to send me to Woodward Camp in PA. That was one thing that I wanted, and I think that if I went, I probably would have made something of myself because all these dudes, Tony Hawk, Bam Margera, all these dudes, like they're my age and they were there at that time that I wanted to go, you know. But it was expensive and, you know, but it was also a BMX camp too. It wasn't just a skateboard camp. It was a BMX camp, which that was my number two. You know what I mean? And here we are now, like, you know, which still, if I'm on the perfect, clean, flat slate, you know, no bumps, no pebbles, no rocks, no cracks, I'll hop on a skateboard, you know what I mean? Like a tennis court or something, you know what I'm saying? I'll hop.
A track?
Yeah,
a high school track?
I'll do it, you know?
A newly renovated high school track?
Yeah, because in Florida and Sarasota, when I worked at the t-shirt spot, I hopped on a skateboard. This dude that worked there, he would always come to work in a skateboard. So I'm like, yo, I used to rock on a skateboard. Took it. Not even 2 feet out the door.
Whack.
Tumbled through the parking lot. That two people were pulling in during lunch, and they were like, "Yo, were you kidding the way you? Were you kidding the way you tumbled?" I was like, "Nah," and I hurt myself bad too. I'm telling you, not 2 feet, not 2 feet, because what it was, I was trying to save myself, so my arms were just like, and I went head first. Boom! Like you would have thought I flew off a motorcycle, but all it was, I rocked it for 2 feet, hit a crack, and went flying. And that's when I was like, all right, I ain't got it for the skateboards no more. With bikes, I fucks with it.
There's more control.
Yeah,
we could throw Raja on a skateboard.
Oh yeah, well, bulldogs are known for being able to rock on skateboards. That's for sure.
She's just, I don't know if you guys hear her snoring.
Or
Lately,
farting.
she's been...
Or farting.
She stays at our feet.
Yeah, all the time. All day. When I'm sitting here working, she'll just come in here and she just sleeps all day. All day.
So, yeah, so that was our adventure. That is why we were off for a week, because mommy duties. I had to take care of my son.
Yeah, definitely hardcore mommy duties. She lost a lot of sleep. Just the first night, I really just trekked it back with some clothes for her, some food.
Well, I can never really sleep. I mean, who could really sleep at a hospital?
No,
I couldn't. And, you know, he was in so much discomfort. We couldn't. But he's good now. He's chilling.
Yeah.
You know, he's gotten real used to the cast.
One hell of a way to end the ride-out weekend, though.
Yeah.
That was probably the two hottest ride-outs of the year. Other than Cali, because Cali's...
The Staten Island one, though, you guys said...
Staten Island one was bad meaning good, was bad as hell. That was good. It still wasn't as big as Philly. Philly was... I couldn't believe... And I've always known Philly, me always being into dirt bikes and BMX bikes, I've always known Philly to be like, they always say, yo, like, that's it. Like, that's where they really represent, is in Philly. And I always thought, can't be. Being witness to that ride out, it was amazing because even when we got to the first stop, which was a park, and I'm thinking, oh no, why does it seem a lot bigger? And it's because the pack somehow got split up into 3, because all of a sudden we're waiting at the park, and all of a sudden I hear cop cars coming, whoop, 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 cop cars coming. They stop in front of the park, and all of a sudden I see another like 200 kids pulling up on bikes, and then another set of cops like 20 minutes later pull up on the next corner of the park, pull up with the lights on, sirens, and then another 200 kids pulling up to the park. And now when everybody was back together, they were like, let's be out. And it was just, and the love in Philly, people screaming from their houses like, yeah.
They did that in Harlem too, though. They shouted you.
They did, like in Harlem and in the Bronx. In the Bronx, they showed love like crazy. Harlem, we weren't in Harlem long enough to really experience the love.
Right when you guys took off, because I was driving behind you guys, everyone was shouting. When
Philly, though, it was like, because the whole initiative is bikes up, guns down. The whole thing is like, put the guns down, let's all have fun.
Which New York needs that right now.
Yeah, and which is, the whole thing is like, shit, everywhere in the U.S. needs that right now, unfortunately. But, the thing is the love, like it's crazy. There was dudes from Ohio there. There were dudes from California. Like people really take their time out to come together. Yeah. And then it's everywhere from like 7-year-olds to 70-year-olds, and everybody's just showing each other love. Yeah. Like it doesn't matter. Like there's no beef, no animosity. Just you know, you have your.
Remember that cute little old couple that was right next to us?
Yeah.
I was like, they looked like they belonged in Long Beach on the boardwalk.
They weren't even on SE bikes. They weren't even on SE bikes.
Have to.
They were like on regular Walmart bikes with helmets on, and they were just smiling at everybody.
So sweet.
And I was just like, Bill and Karen. That's what they were. Bill, well, not a Karen.
Not a Karen. No.
Bill and Jill. Yeah. But and it was just like love.
Yeah.
And like the
one of them, one of the SE reps, one of the guys, he gave Javen a new bike seat.
That was one of the famous kids' fathers, because he saw Javen's seat was ripped up, so he just walked up. He's like, "Yo, he's part of the whole D Block crew."
Okay.
He was like, and he's like how old is he? He must be like late 40s, early 50s, and he just pulled up and he was like, "Bing bong." You know, and I was just like, wow, that was cool.
Yeah, everyone was really nice.
I loved it. Like, I even got more addicted to that. Like, you see, like, now all I do is, like, anytime I have, whether I'm working or in between work, like, I'm sitting there just watching videos. Like, now I want to do my own things our own things. You know, like, we got the whole food leftovers thing. Another passion of mine is food. Passion of ours is food. Especially her, that she has the culinary background. Like, that's another thing that, like, you know, so now I just kind of like, I don't want to say unfortunately at a late age. I wish I would have done this earlier, which technically I did at a certain angle, but.
We didn't have YouTube back then, baby. It's okay.
Yeah.
There was no
in the 20s. But, I had fun.
Definitely, but we definitely have to hit up Philly again just for food.
Yeah, definitely. That's gonna be one trip that we're gonna do. Actually,
even aside from the Reading Terminal Market, there were spots that we drove by that I felt like we were driving through Chinatown. It was
official. It was official,
and you could just smell the food, the authenticity. Like
that's gonna be a trip that we're gonna take. We're gonna take the 360 cam. We're going to be mic'd up. Like, it's going to be a legit one. Something to look forward to.
Definitely. But the Philly cheesesteaks that we did eat, the original Philly cheesesteaks from Carmen's, were delicious.
Yeah, that was
delicious.
Ridiculous. Like, and even
the kids loved it.
We made one today. I made one today. And it was good.
Yeah, it was Ruben's time to cook this time.
Yeah. It was good.
Javen loved it.
He did. That is true. He did.
He was like, can you make me one for breakfast tomorrow?
But something about Carmen's was good, though.
Yeah.
Which I did it normal. I did it regular. I did cheese whiz, onions. We did some official steak from the butcher shop.
Yeah. Though. Tony's Meat Market again.
Tony's Meat Market, Montauk Highway, Lindenhurst, right? Lindenhurst?
Yeah.
I used some official hoagie bread, like official, with like nice and seeded too. It was good.
Yeah.
I made mine a little spicy.
Not mine.
No, not yours. Hers was original with cheese whiz, just onions, and the steak. Nice, lightly toasted bread. Me and Zayla, we had the spicy cheese on there. Official. It was good.
It was good.
I want to know how Carmen seasons hers, though.
I'm sure she won't tell us.
She definitely won't. Carmen. Good for you, though. Good for you, because I wouldn't either.
Yeah, but we definitely got to go back.
Yeah, definitely.
So
that's gonna be definitely a show to look forward to. If they do another ride out in Philly sometime soon, that'll be when we go. If not, we're gonna go before, and it's just gonna be a leftovers TV special. Definitely. That's for sure.
We are so happy to be back though, and look forward to everything we have everything we have programmed for this week. Today was our Philly Cheese Steak special that went along with our Philly weekend. And stay tuned for what we have in shop for Wednesday in honor of Cinco de Drinko.
Oh, I like that. Cinco de Drinko.
Yeah.
I like that. Beautiful. Perfect. I feel good, babe. I'm happy to be back.
Me too.
We had a great week.
We did.
Aside from what happened to Javen, but you know what? Sometimes you come across speed bumps, so we handle it like champs.
Life happens. Yep. But we're happy to be back again.
Love it. I had a good time. What about you?
I did.
Awesome. I love you.
Good to be back. Your Philly cheesesteak was delicious.
Love you,
what?
I said I love you.
I love you more, baby.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us once again. Check us out. We're going to be consistent with releasing Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Worst case scenario, it's going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're still trying to figure that out. Yeah. But worst case scenario.
Guys, you can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Google,
Twitter,
TikTok.
That was it.
Beautiful. Alrighty, so.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. And check us out later on this week.
We'll see you for Cinco de Mayo. Bye.